Hi, it's Sadie Jane here from Natural Heating, and today I'm going to look at an Ambition 4 that's just been put in for one of my lovely customers. She's kindly said I can video it, and it's running up to Christmas. It's been mega busy, and typically I'm running late. There we go, some nice pretty Christmas decorations, and we're going to go in and have a look at this Heta. And the beautiful sunset. It's that time of night. Oh, busy. I'm trying to hold the phone and I'll hold it.
Yeah, that's where you're going to sit.
Sit, lay down, that's it.
Oh,
That's
so
nice
cute.
sofas.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another one.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, everybody's excited.
That's just, that's why.
Those two
Look.
playing.
They
Oh,
love each other. On you get big.
so we're here with Fiona, who just moved in. How sweet is that? And we're going to do a bit of video of her lovely fire. And it's a bit mad in here at the minute because this lot have just arrived. So we're out here. Oh, look at this. So there's Maggie's down here just being.
Maggie, come in.
Yes, I'm here. Hi. Yeah, so we've got little one and a big one. She's like, I'm just making my bed ready.
She's literally on
He's like, where's the fire gonna go? So it's literally just gone in, and he's just put the carbon monoxide detector up. And how pretty is that with the Christmas tree? Oh, it's looking lovely. He's really beautiful. So that is the Heta Ambition 4. Been whinging at Heta for the last few years to make me an Ambition 4. Because the Ambition is one of my favourite ever stoves, and I've got two in my house, and I had one in my last house, and my mum and dad have got one in their house. So you might think I like the Ambitions. Now, the Ambition 5 has always been industry renowned as one of the most difficult stoves to light and get up to temperature. And it's just not that it's that hard, it's just quirky, and once you understand how to use it, it's not too bad. But with this one, I have been told that it's dead easy, even in bungalows. And the Ambition 5 has always sort of struggled in bungalows. But the Heta, I think they've cracked that. So in future, it's going to get a bit better. I think we're learning how to change things. Anyway, looking forward to really lighting up this Ambition. No, chocolate and scones are good, yeah? Hey, you. Right. Okay, so what we have found with most things is to make people find it easier with lighting their fire. I've got them all starting smaller logs for many different reasons, but a bit of care and attention when you start it saves a lot of time later. So most sort of stoves this size, because this is a 5 kilowatt and a smaller 5 kilowatt, only want to be burning 1 to 1.5 kilos maximum of fuel per hour. And that's only the equivalent of 1 to 1.5 bags of sugar. It's actually very little. So what I found out is chopping your logs small for lighting this kiln dry birch to about 2 inch by 3 inch across. 4 of them shouldn't be any more than 1 kilo. So we're going to start with 4 of them in the bottom, 2 across, another 2 in the top, and then our kindling. Because it's all about getting enough air pressure up the chimney to get it hot without having to open the door again. Okay, we're going the wrong way. So I have brought a pile of these logs with us, and they are about your 2 inch by 3 inch sort of size. And if you say, by the time I put those together, that is no more than a half round split log. So 4 of those is 1 log. So we'll see if Fiona wants to have first go of lighting her own fire. And if you want to put 2 in the bottom, and then the other 2 skew across the top and the inside. There you go, that's it. You're probably going to need to go sideways, that's all right, that's fine. Now you won't get them in front to back, but you'll go, yeah. See if we just put that bigger one on the bottom, there you go. And then 2 that way, put a little bit of a gap in between the 2 and then the other one across. And that way you're miles off the actual dough itself. So that you're miles off the glass, see? And then put your kindling, you want to stack your kindling on top on 3 layers. So about 9 pieces, 3 and 3 and 3, about 1 inch or so apart, that's it. We're helping. And stick a fire lighter in there. Then some more bits on top. That's it. So we've got our air vent at the bottom, fully open. You've got matches, that's fine. We won't really need my blowtorch then. My fire lighters are like these ones. And just set fire to your...
Oh.
There's nothing to add. Light your fire lighter. So these ones are in cellulose packets. So they take dead easy. It's not plastic. You just light it and off it goes. So they take really quite easy. There we go. And you're just going to shut the door over but not latch it. So it's still partially open. And that is pretty much it for now. How cute is that? It's quite that easy. So what you're seeing now is it's going to go black on the top and the inside, which is literally just carbon because it's cold and it's not hot yet. And as it heats up, it'll burn through down that layer and that'll all disappear and it'll go back to being cream. But when you've got a nice high pile, because the Ambition's got really low firebox. The beauty of the Ambitions is the amount of actual glass view that you get on the front of these units. We're getting glare in here, it's just because it's artificial light from lights, funny enough. But the firebox sits really low in the inside down here to the floor because it's a wood burner. And it's one of the cleanest burners for lighting because all the ash doesn't come out the door because it sits so low on the inside. There's a kind of angled bar on the inside that keeps it all in the firebox. So there's not an ash retention plate on the bottom, a catch plate, and it really doesn't need one because it all sits in the firebox. It's truly one of the easiest and cleanest units I've ever used from that front. So basically we're just going to let it take its time and get up to temperature. And it shouldn't need much help at all. And it's probably going to stink poor Fiona's house out as the paint bakes on, which it will. Oh no, it won't. They've changed the paint on these. These are on no fume paint now. You put paint on the top, like you would do.
No, I respray the top that because there's a mark on it.
Yeah. But you'll possibly painted over the edge of that flute, blend it in, because you'll have to colour match it in. Yeah. So Martin's just saying he'll have, we're all in here, loads of us. Look, there he is. There's Martin, the fitted over there. So he'll have colour blended the flue in, so that's going to smoke if nothing else, just the paint baking on. But basically, this starts off slow, and as it takes a layer at a time, you get more and more and more pulling updraft. And as soon as that little pile creeps down and catches the log, then we'll shut the door, and then it's just a case of waiting.
Can't always handle your
So excited!
Maggie.
It's chaos.
Oh, when they've had a walk and they come in the house, they're like a pair of lunatics. Look at sat between her legs.
She's stuck underneath.
No,
Yeah.
she's not stuck.
She just
I
sits
know.
there. You love each other, don't you?
It's going to be very interesting to see how they sleep together.
Yeah, who wants in front of the fire?
Well, no,
Are you staying tonight?
He's not
No.
staying here.
But they've never been apart, and she was only
Oh,
Maggie was only 3 months old when Fig came home.
What are you doing?
6 months.
Speak of 3 months.
Thought it was 3.
Maggie, what you got in there? What was in there?
see, this is coming on quite nice now. It's really starting to take off nicely.
You haven't got a grub screw on your van that goes in a handle, have you?
They're all different
Have you
sizes.
got a grub screw?
Right, okay.
They're all different sizes.
Well, basically, what was happening there is the fire's establishing enough that quick. Yep, cat logs are catching, so you can shut your door now.
The handle on one burner is loose. What do we do?
That's it. So the rid is going to catch even more now, and it's catching nice and fast. It's definitely catching a lot easier than what it would on an Ambition 5. It's quicker. It's definitely quicker because I'd need my door open longer and do a timed episode of how long they take between the two. Maybe put a 5 and a 4 next to each other in the shop and actually do it. But that'd be an interesting one to do, is put the 5 and the 4 in at the same time in the shop and run the 4 on the same system simultaneously.
Yeah.
And see if I can tweak them to get them both performing the same. Now we know the tricks that this one has up its sleeve. So yeah, that fire's establishing nice and quick. The logs are starting to catch fire. And the main thing is now not to open the door. Do not poke it. Don't do a thing. Because every time you open the door, Every time you open the door, you're going to drop the air pressure in the chimney, so it comes back down and it makes it harder. That is brilliant.
She's had a walk and sleep. Maggie's still busy.
That's how they're like spaniels. They've got so much energy. They'll try and keep up with the spaniel.
She's like, I'm just sleeping and watching and waiting for my space in front of the fire.
My mate's got one lab.
I gotta say, that is ripping away really quick. Really quick. That is majorly quick compared to what the Ambition 5 takes off. But it's not quite so speedy. But isn't that pretty? Now the black that you see at the top of the firebox is quite literally just the carbon that's not burnt off yet. So they've all been taking pictures. Yeah, you were just waiting. It was red.
Where is it? You know, is that meant to
We don't want to turn it down yet because this bit at the top is going to burn. Audience.
Yeah.
So nice for you to have this when you're just moving in. You'll have them in as well. Look, oh, upside down dog. So what you see in here now, this is catching up, is the bottom logs are only just catching. They're the little ones. So that is a fire that's really taken. There's no chance that's going to go out. No chance. So it's pulling like a train. There's a lot of pull in there. But we're going to wait a wee bit longer till it catches up and gets up to temperature before we control it. But that's spectacularly quick. That is very quick. Now, this is what, about a 9 metre high chimney, Mark? 8.5?
8 metres. 8 metres.
8 metre high in the inside. It's an ex-authority type house, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much like what I used to live in before, when I was in Barnum and then in Burnwell. And the chimneys on these are so solid. But what you often get is overhanging lime mortar snot in the inside of the chimneys. So we don't like putting in 6-inch liners if we can help it, because they can be a devil to get down the inside unless you core ball it first. So most people only ever fit in a 5-inch liner. But there's so many stoves now that run really well on 5-inch liners. We rarely need 6 inches anymore, apart from much bigger properties, because 5 inches pull even better in many cases than 6, because the spin speed is faster. But they often take a wee bit more effort to get up to temperature. But this is no trouble whatsoever at all. Really picked up. It's picked up fast. Way faster than I've ever known any Ambition to do. So the improvements they've made in the 4 are spot on. We'd like to see that in the 5, please. So the baffle is starting to clear down quite nicely. It's not taking long at all to get that coming up to temperature. That'll go in the next few minutes. And on the top, I can see the difference in the paint colour. Now, Heta have told me they're now using a no fume paint, so you shouldn't smell it. I can smell it a bit, but that's not their paint. It's because Martin's given the pipe work a dusting over to blend the colour on the top of the stove in, so it's all nice and the same colour. Yeah. So it's taken off nice and quick on the inside and clearing down. So you see it starts off all spotty, goes black, and then as it goes all spotty, it's the carbon burning off. So another few minutes and that will be back to being clear. Winding down, they've all gone and Fiona's making tea. And this is belting the heat out. It's really belting the heat out nicely, and it's beautifully up to temperature now. The chimney won't yet be up to temperature, but this really hasn't taken long at all. And I'm astonished at how quick it is compared to my Ambition 5. So I'm looking forward to little tweaks with the Ambition 5 that'll be coming in future. But let's just turn it down a bit. All down.
Oh.
Mum says it's impressively reactive. Yeah, quick. Really quick. Dead easy. Now that's still our kindling load. That's still our about 900-ish grams of kiln dried birch. It was in there with the kindling on top. And I'll take you for a close-up, but you can actually still see the kindling on top. Do not open the door after you light it. Let it push all the cold out and burn from the top down. So that was about 900 grams, I'd say, of wood cut into 4 small logs with the kindling on top. 3 layers. So 9 little dinky 1-inch pieces of kindling. And we're perfectly up to temperature. Turn right down, and that is just going to dance. That's just going to sit there and dance. You don't need to do anything now. Just nice. And if you turn it right down, it takes maybe 15 seconds or so, 10 or 15 seconds to burn off all the air in the firebox. You see when you turn it back up. Look, Fiona's got the tea. Yeah, There we go. It's really settling and dancing now. But if it starts to go black at all in the firebox, that's just, it needs a wee sniff more air. So you want to keep the inside cream coloured, and you'll find your levelling point for what the jaw is, but we'll bring it back. Rapid fire quick, really quickly reactive. Lots of control on this. We've still got loads of fuel in there. That's going to burn for ages with what it's got in it. And I was just saying to Fiona's mum is, you only put a log in when you need one. Let that burn right down to nothing before you put another one in. But there wasn't actually a lot of fuel in there, and it's belting the air, it's roasting. It's doing really well. Don't take it right down. Take it a bit down from the bottom. That's beautiful. Really lovely.
Oh wow.
So reactive and it's quick.
It really is.
And it'll balance itself up in a minute. So it takes about 10 or 15 seconds just to burn that air off. There it goes. That's it, gonna start to dance.
Isn't that amazing?
And that's not actually going that quick in there. There's very little left in there. That's still, there's plenty of it though. But it's not that, you don't get a proper view of the fire and the screen compared to what I'm actually seeing in real life in there, because that is not fast. It looks like it's going full guns and it's not. It's just with the lighting, because that's slowed down beautifully. Stunning. What we're just saying is this kindling burn, the first burn with those little logs, is now getting downright nice and low. Handles are always, they're air cooled on these. There's an air cooled bit at the back. So that bit at the top gets kind of warm, but this bit doesn't. Now, as I found out in Denmark, if you've got the black handle option, the black absorbs heat and the black does get really hot. So my hand's getting hot off the fire because it's kicking out so much heat. You know, open the air vent and then we can open the door. And we've been burning this for long enough that that chimney is easy up to temperature now. There you go. So that's burning just nice, and now it's getting down to chunky down and burn the inside is about the time it's ready to put a log in. As I say to these guys, less is more, and typically that is going to be about 1 kilo, one log, it's about a bag of sugar, and we'll make a red ember. Should be enough. You can put 2 in, but we should only need 1. We wouldn't burn it if it was money, so why are we burning it on logs? So that should catch nicely with the air fully open, and once it's stabilised and caught, then we turn it back down a bit. You know, it's good. But it's much easier to start on little logs. You don't want great big logs for lighting. So in the office, I have got 2 log splitters. And I would suggest that even if you've got your own, I like kiln dry birch for lighting. If these guys, any of my customers that have had stoves off us, want to come in pretty much just about any morning, but particularly on a Saturday morning, I will get the log splitters out. And you can bring in your own wood that you want to cut down into your starting logs. So if you haven't got little ones and you've only got big ones and you want to do a month's worth of little logs, and you're one of my customers that's had your stove off us, bring in your bag of logs or whatever and cut them up into nice little ones and run them through my log splitter. You're more than welcome. You can bring in your Sainsbury's bags or your heavy duty carrier bags of them, and they're laughing at me, but it's true. It makes it a lot easier. You'll soon find if you're chopping these by hand, it can be a pain in the bum. So bring them in and chop them down, take them away again, and makes it easier, because I'm all for an easy life. And I can share nicely. I've got 2 of them in there, so just say that you're coming in for 15 minutes or whatever, and I'll show you where they are, and you can come and cut your own. At your own risk. You cut your own logs at your own risk, but you can borrow mine, I'll share. And it's so much easier to start them on this side, so 10-15 minutes to do yourself a bag full or whatever, and make your life an awful lot easier. This fire is burning like a bag of nails, and it's not the fire's fault. It's kicking out like no heat at all, and it's like a damp squib. It's clean in there. But wouldn't you say there's like nothing coming out, isn't it?
No.
It's really disappointing. And do you know why that is? Because it's the fuel. It's not my fuel, it's some of these logs. And I've been having a lot of issues with this with different customers. So let me just show you. It's a log. It's just any log, right? But sometimes it's about the calorific content of a log. And some types of woods burn a lot better than other types of woods. And it's not just that it's dry, that's dry fuel and it's burning beautifully. But sometimes you also get what you pay for. So if you've been buying in processed wood, which is expensive, like this kiln dried birch, the actual energy value on this, you need a lot less for more heat, a lot less than poor quality dry stuff. And you can't always tell. Now, some of it's because it's rotten and lightweight. I don't know what this is. There's no bark on it to tell me what it is. And it's decent density, but that bit we've got in there at the moment just isn't energy rich. For the size of what I put in, it's putting almost nothing out. I could put in a teeny weeny bit like this, and that will give me just about the same burn time as that log and about 4 times more heat. So the difference is just incredible. Now, I brought Fiona a bag of logs there, and I just put 2 in because I don't want to stick my fingers through that bag at the minute. So we just put these in here. And the heat value, because there's not much red ember left on that, the heat value and the pickup and the flame we'll get out of this, and compared to that one piece that's been in there, makes an astronomical difference. So for those of you that have to be burning kiln dried, don't be put off by it. It's very much a case of you only burn the volume that you need. And if you put a minimal amount in, you can burn a fire beautifully for less money often than buying a great big heap of logs that looks like a lot of value for money but gives you out very low energy. You'll soon find out. That's why I like to occasionally have a bag of kiln dried birch as a test, and then use it from what you're getting against your wood merchant and balance it up from time of burn to the volume of wood you're going through. And you may sometimes find that you can burn a third of the volume for more heat. And when you compare that to the price of kiln dried and what you're buying from somebody that cuts down trees, it can be hugely different. So it's worth looking at that and doing a comparison. You can't just look at a metre cubed of this versus a metre cubed of that, because it's not the same thing. It's just not the same thing. And once this catches and rumps away, good grief, the heat that stuff gives out. Got kiln dried oak as well. I'm not selling wood, but as a testing, when you see the difference between some good wood and some bad wood, and I don't mean that, it can mean just grade it and have a go over several logs or one batch of wood. You'll soon find out what you like and what your chimney and your stove likes. You'll make your own mind up, but it's worth testing every now and again against a bag of kiln dried birch, because it makes a really good benchmark for what's actually going on. That's catching now. We're going to start belting the heat back out, because that last log has really, it's cooled down degrees in here. It's cooled down several degrees in here. It's made a vast difference, whereas we hardly burnt any of that stuff, and my God, that was hot. Yeah. Honestly, it is, isn't it? It's way different. Way different. I'm cooking here in front. I've got a fleecy lined leggings on. I'm like, polar fleece type things. My God, my bum's on fire. But that last log was rubbish.
It was, yeah.
It didn't do anything. No, it didn't do anything. Whereas this stuff, oh my God, the heat output difference. So sometimes less is more. Right, after yesterday's experience of an Ambition 4, which was superb, makes me want to see if I can make my Ambition 5 better, because I'm knowing about being awkward to like. It isn't really. But they've now got a vermiculite floor in the Ambition 4. So I've just cut myself a piece of vermiculite that I'm going to put in the base in my 5. See if that makes any difference, because it could be interesting. Whew, bit dusty. So there you go. Mine now has a vermiculite floor. And we shall see how it goes. Now, got some bits of kiln dried birch in this one. It has made this base shallower. I've only got about a centimetre now from the top of this vermiculite, but maybe we can take out the cast iron base that's in the inside. I would probably give it some more depth, probably increase it by another inch to replace what I've just taken out. So